Okay, well, I now have 10 students and
Woo!
pushing for 14 this week. I have four more, and now I'm figuring out how do I fit them all in?
Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so exciting, okay? Because Linda has been one of those people that has been with me since the beginning. Because you guys have to understand, like, this whole entire, like, how this all worked out. Because, like, she joined our Tutorpreneur program, which I started in, like, 2012, 13.
Something like that,
Yep, 2013 is when you joined. I just released it, like, and started creating it, I think, in 2012. And in 2013, I was releasing it out for people to actually join. And then she became part of the Insider Secrets Club when that changed names. And then you ended up also going into Jumpstart at one point as well, when I like pulled apart because our insiders was at a certain level of conversation that newcomers coming on in were leaving left and right because they didn't understand what we were talking about. And I realized at that point, I need to get back to basics. I need to bring it down a level to really teach people the basics, and then they can come and join our Insider Secrets Club where they understand it all. And you've kind of been through that entire journey with me.
Yes.
So thank you for sticking with me as my learning curve was going around and helping people. So tell us about your tutoring business that you have, Linda.
Okay, well, I now have 10 students.
Woo!
And pushing for 14 this week. I have four more, and now I'm figuring out how do I fit them all in?
Yes.
Because the prime time is between 4 and 8. They all want that time.
Yes.
So I'm sort of, now I have a couple that they sort of like canceled last week, and then I have somebody who has to pay by tomorrow, but she hasn't contacted me. So I'm sort of just deciding where are they going? How are they serious or not?
Yeah.
So, let's see. This background is thankful to Joanne. She gave us one of these Zoom backgrounds, so I'm now using that instead of the bed that you would see behind me. But now there is no bed behind me. So that was a big plus because it definitely looks a lot better. So I have a mixture of students. I don't have just all struggling readers. I have some that are, one had to repeat first grade because of COVID. She was in kindergarten, then she got put to first grade, and then she couldn't read basic words. Now she's really pulling along. And we're doing blends, and I'm like, this is great. She's like, why are you so excited? I said, because you're getting it, because one time I was in the lesson, I'm like, yes. And they're like, why are you, she didn't understand why I was so excited. I'm like, because you're getting it. So, but yeah, so and now I'm at the point, as I said yesterday, that I'm almost at a waiting list, but I'm like, do I have a waiting list, or do I sort of just push them on? I sort of like, because I'm getting inquiries almost every day now. Yeah. Some are referrals, but it's interesting though. When I first started, I did in person, way even before I met you, Joanne. I did in person, and I did Wyzant, and I had 3 students, and I went in person, and it was in my town. I'm like, this is great, and then they all just stopped. And I didn't have a contract with them. So that was another thing that you told us about, that you said, have a contract. Because what I have now is if you want to stop tutoring for 2 weeks or any length of time, you have to give me 2 weeks notice. And I have that in the contract. Yeah. And I also say that you have to pay in advance. I mean, all these things that I didn't do, that I learned from you, that had to pay in advance. And now I take Zelle and Venmo, and some of them pay bi-weekly and some of them monthly, but it's okay as long as it's in advance. I'm okay. Yeah. Also, the only good thing about COVID was that it got people to think, Zoom could work. Yeah. Because now they're all familiar with Zoom, and it's like, oh, this could. So now when I say online, it's okay. Before it was like, well, I don't know, So that was a good thing. So the only good thing out of COVID was that it actually made my business better.
It did make it a lot easier. Yeah. And what I always tell people, they're like, well, I think my kid will do better with like in person versus, online. I just say, you know what? You might be right. But let's just try the assessment online and just see how it goes. And if they really aren't a good fit, then, then if this isn't a good fit for your child, because I respect that, then, we'll part ways, and I you can find another tutor that will be a better fit. So, and usually they try it out and they love it and they're like, okay, yeah, this is different than the schooling that they had, like virtual schooling and
Right.
and tutoring. They are a completely different beast in and of themselves. They're not exactly the same, but I just want to personally congratulate you on making it this big inside of your business, bringing in those 4 figures every single month, and being able to bring in the income you want to be able to bring in, helping the kids that you want to serve. You are making a huge difference, Linda. You are rocking it. What would you say to anybody who's joined Jumpstart and is now thinking about insiders? What would you say to them?
I would say that this is a fabulous group to bounce ideas off of. I mean, I've asked so many questions. I don't usually have a lot to contribute yet, but I have a lot of questions that I ask. And I think there's no better person to ask than someone who's actually doing it.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole key. Like you could say, oh yeah, I do that. But are you doing it now? If you're not doing it now, or they haven't no idea what you're talking about, then it's not really the right person to ask.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for joining us,
Sure.
Linda. You are a rock star.